Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I'm here with the update to my pan in every palette project. This project is exactly what it sounds like. I was trying to hit pan in almost every palette that I have. I guess I do have a couple that I have exempted from this project because I can't bear to have pan in them yet. It's a thing, I'm sure you guys understand. But for the majority of my palettes, I want to have usage shown on them. Once I have pan in all of them, I don't know, I'll choose another eyeshadow project. But at the moment, I just want pan in the majority of my palettes. And this is the palette I was working on last month. I have been working on my oldest palettes first. So what I've been doing is I had my 5 oldest palettes set out in like a 1 through 5 thing, and I would randomize which palette I was working on. And this is the one that I have been working on lately. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Bling Boss palette. I'm gonna put up a picture of how it looked last time. And this is how it looks today. I'm gonna zoom in on this shadow for you. I ended up working on this shade, which surprised me because I really thought I would end up working on this one. I just didn't really care how this one looked with the other shadows that I was working on in other projects. It ended up looking just, I don't know, 2-1 tone. So anyway, so I ended up using this one, and I did already have quite a bit of work done on that shadow before I put it in this project. So I was able to hit pan on it. I was so pleased. This shadow, I don't know, the formula was different. I felt like I had to dig in it with my brush to get any product out, and it got hard pan kind of quickly. So I did have to be more forceful with this shadow. But in this project, it only took 11 times to hit pan, and I had used it a previous 4 times. So for me, a usage of 15 uses. However, this palette was given to me by a friend. Oh, I almost dropped it. Oh, okay. This palette was given to me by a friend, and I'm sure she used this shade before she gave it to me. So I can't tell you exactly how many uses this shade took to hit pan, but just for my uses, it was 15. That means I get to roll in a new palette to work on. So I have hit pan on 3 of the palettes from my 5 oldest, so I've decided to roll in my next 2 oldest together. That would be my e.l.f. New Classics palette and my Master palette by Mario. Today I decided to get started on my e.l.f. palette, and you won't believe what happened. Today, oh no, not that one, this one. Look, I hit pan on Blanc. I'm gonna put a picture in because I can see that it's not showing up very well here with the light from the window kind of blinding it. But yeah, I had already a huge dip going in that shade, and so that was going to be my focus shade, and today I used it for my inner corner and hit, I had a pretty good pan on it. So all in all, that shadow took 26 uses to hit pan on. I feel like that particular shadow, if you have this palette, tell me if you agree with me. I feel like that shade has a different formula than the rest of the shimmers. I feel like it's more creamy. These ones I feel like get hard pan more easily. Still really pretty, but this one, I don't know, it just seemed a little bit more creamy, maybe even slightly more powdery, not quite the same as these other ones. But anyway, so this palette is already out of the project. I was very excited about that. Very exciting. So now out of my 5 oldest palettes, I have hit pan in 4 of them, which means I finally get to work on this. I have been waiting to work on this palette. I really love this palette so much. However, I feel like the next update is going to be a boring one. I mean, up till now, I have had at least 1 pan to share with you in my pan in every palette, but this one, I feel like I really don't think I'll be able to within a month. I'm gonna try, but I have serious doubts because Fifth Avenue, for instance, here is the shade with the most work on it already. It's one of my favorite lid shades. Same with the shade Marina. However, right now I'm working on a lot of lid shades already in other projects, so it just doesn't seem realistic for me to try and focus on another. I'm also already working on like transition shades, mattes in my Battleship project, so I feel like to be able to incorporate this palette into everyday looks, I'm gonna have to use it to deepen up my looks. I don't really have a shade for that right now in other projects, so I might be reaching for Paris. Let me swatch it for you. These shadows are so pigmented, but in a really good way. Oh, look at Paris, so beautiful. So I would probably use that on my outer corner. I don't like to make my looks too smoky, so being that that isn't too deep, that's what I would use that shade for. I could also use the shade Bronx, that gorgeous green, which I'm wearing green shadow as an eyeliner today, and I love it. This is more of like a khaki green. This palette also has a navy over here called Claudia. So pretty. I'm gonna swatch a couple more of the deeper shades. So here, there's NYC and the shade Muse as well. My fingers, I should have brought a thing. I'll have to use a different hand. Okay, NYC is this one. Oh, that is lovely too. And the shade Muse. Oh, so pretty. So any of those I could use to deepen my outer corner. I'll probably go for Paris, even though it has probably the least amount of usage on it, either Paris or NYC probably. So I will start using this probably every day in my outer corner, and I'll let you know next month how far along I am. Like I said, I have my doubts. This palette is so pigmented. I need hardly any to accomplish what I want with it. But I'm so excited to finally work on it. It is such a beautiful palette. I wish other Anastasia palettes had this formula. This is a much smoother formula than the other ones that I have. The other ones, you know, are nice as well and also are very pigmented and have big impact, but this one, it has a way creamier, smoother formula. I'm a fan. Okay, so let's just go over the shades that I have pan in. So in my Subculture palette, well, from this project, shades I have pan in, I have pan on the shade Cube. Barely little baby pan there. In my Cargo Cosmetics Tokyo in Bloom palette, I have pan on the shade Ginza. My Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, once again, I have pan on the shade Bling Bling. And in my e.l.f. New Classics palette, I have pan in the shade Blanc. Once I hit pan in this palette, I will roll in my next 5 oldest palettes and start working on those. I'm really happy with my progress in this project and honestly very surprised. Although, in all honesty, a lot of those palettes, you know, since they are my oldest palettes, they had a lot of usage on them already. And getting to choose the shade that I work on versus having it randomly rolled for me, major factor in me being able to hit pan, for sure. All right, that's my update for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you're working on panning any eyeshadows. How has it been going this past month? I know February was a shorter month, so we didn't get as many days to work on our panning projects. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!